Hey, it's Maddie.
And it's Caressa.
You're not watching the Disney Channel right now.
You're listening to
Dreadfully Twisted.
Hello.
We are back again.
We are back. Let's see if my brain wants to work now because I've been a struggle bus the last few days.
So, yeah, we don't really have too much to update.
No.
Except for tomorrow, Turtle's gonna have the best day ever.
Yeah, tomorrow's Jared Padalecki and Mark Pellegrino and the Impala. I'm excited, but I'm like really nervous. And I did my nails as Supernatural. Oh.
I'm excited for you.
I did decide that I am going to dress up as Castiel, so I'm just going to die of heat.
Are
so
you?
It'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Well, if you get too hot, you can always take it off until you get there for the pictures and just keep it on for the pictures.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on
Yeah.
doing. So I'm just like, I don't really want to be so hot.
Yeah.
But
Especially if it's crowded.
it's definitely going to be, I think.
It
I don't
probably
know.
will be. That place is always normally crazy.
Have you ever been there before?
No, my dad has, though.
I've never been there.
No.
Never been to any con before, so this is definitely a new experience.
Yeah.
For me. Oh. But I don't think I have any other updates. The ghosts in my house still don't want to be seen. They hate me, I think.
Sadly, no. I don't think they hate you. They're just shy. They're just waiting to come out one day.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll have to nicely bring the spirit box out again one day.
Yeah. I definitely want to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Ooh, I should bring my EMF reader over.
Yeah. I think we did talk about that before.
Yeah. We did. We talked about bringing it to the Green Man's Tunnel too. We definitely got to do that one day.
Yeah, we do. So many things.
I know.
So many things.
We literally keep talking. We have like so many plans of like things that we want to do. We always like send each other. We're like, we're doing this.
And then it just doesn't happen because we get busy.
But it's going to happen.
It will.
It will.
It will. Just like I will eventually make merch.
Yeah. It's just.
I literally had the
hard.
shirts out and I was going to make them. But then somebody else needed the shirts and I was like, okay, I'll just use this shirt for like this order or whatever.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, why did I do that? I should have just made the shirts when I had the chance.
That's okay. Life is hard, and we'll get there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Struggle bus.
I love that. Struggle bus.
I think I got that from Jeremy. He says it all the time. I'm just like, so I just say it. I don't know.
Now I'm going to start saying it because you say it.
Just like how the one time I messed up Texas Roadhouse and said Texas Roll House. Now I'm just going to refer to that as Texas Roll House from now on.
Exactly. Because it is the Texas Roll House, because their rolls are the best things ever. So, yeah, it should be called Texas Roll House.
Sounds better.
It does. It rolls off the tongue. Wink. Oh, God.
I'm delirious right now.
That was so punny.
I loved it. I'm just like, I don't know. This week was just terrible. And I'm tired.
No.
And I'm in a silly, goofy mood.
Same. We need to laugh off the week.
Really. That's what I need to do at this point.
And then you're going to have a great day tomorrow. So, to make up for it.
Yeah. I'm so nervous. Oh my God. I'm like overthinking it so bad.
You got this. It's going to be so much fun. You won't stress out so much once you're actually doing it.
I don't know. My anxiety tells me otherwise.
Just think, this is literally amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think I'm getting more excited. Like earlier this morning, I was just like, okay, it was just like normal day. But like as the day goes on, I'm like,
yeah.
I think I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Literally me before anything fun. Like,
and then it happens so quick, and then you're like, oh, it's over already.
I know. Savor every second.
Gonna have to.
Yes. So, yeah. I don't think there's really any updates this week.
No, I don't think so.
No. So this case is crazy. Really crazy. When I first heard about this, it really shivered me timbers. It was like, and I was like kind of young when I heard about it, like 15 or 16, well, probably 16. I probably heard about it, yeah. And I was like, oh my god, that actually happened. That literally is like a horror movie. So yeah, it's one of those.
I guess we'll see if I know it or not.
Yeah, you might, because it's probably one or two of a kind. So like, pretty sure this hasn't happened too many times before.
I know, I'd hope not.
Or, I mean, it isn't known that it's happened many times before, so. But yeah. You might know his name even, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Get started. Robert William Pickton was born.
Oh, wait. Is this the Pickton farm? I do know this case. Okay.
Robert William Pickton was born on October 24th, 1949, to Leonard and Louise Pickton, Canadian pig farmers living in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. He had an older...
We both picked a Canadian case.
Oh my god.
Last week, mine was Canadian.
It was a Canadian one. Also, what is with me in Canadian cases? Because I've noticed that I've done a lot of like Canada cases. Like more than probably four or more probably. I never even noticed that before.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a couple UK ones. I've done maybe one or two, like
actually in the US.
Yeah, literally. I'll have to do one of those soon. But yeah, this one was just crazy, so I had to cover this one.
Yeah.
He had an older sister named Linda and a younger brother named David. But while the brothers remained on the farm to help their parents, Linda was sent to Vancouver, where she would grow up away from the farm. Life on the farm wasn't easy for Robert, and left quite a few mental scars, which you will see why later.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a messed up person.
His father wasn't involved in raising him, and his brother Dave, in that responsibility, fell solely on their mother Louise. Louise was described as a workaholic, eccentric, and tough. She made the boys work long hours on the farm, even on school days, which meant that they often stink. Their mother also insisted that they only take baths, and as a result, young Robert Pickton was afraid of taking showers. There were even reports that Pickton would hide in pig carcasses as a kid when he wanted to avoid someone.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's gross. What? Get this kid some help.
Yeah, that's a little traumatizing.
That's so gross. Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
Like, everything about that's so wrong.
I know.
Oh my.
He was unpopular with girls at school, most likely because he constantly smelled like manure, dead animals, and dirt.
We know why he smelled like dead animals, because he would be in. Exactly.
He never wore clean clothing. He was slow in school and dropped out early. And in one disturbing story, Pickton's parents... Okay, wait, first... this one's sad, real fast. Brief talk of animal cruelty, so if you want to fast forward like 10 seconds, go ahead now. Wait, not now. Give me a sec. Gotta find my place. Okay. Now.
Oh, we said it at the same time.
Pickton's parents slaughtered a beloved pet calf he had raised himself.
No.
I know, that makes me so sad.
Poor baby.
But perhaps the most revealing story from Pickton's childhood is one that does not actually involve him at all. Instead, it involves his brother Dave and their mother. This is so crazy. On October 16th, 1967, Dave Pickton was driving his father's red truck shortly after getting his license. The details aren't known, but something happened that caused the truck to slam into a 14-year-old boy who had been walking along the side of the road. His name was Tim Barrett.
This was Robert's brother?
Yeah, that was his brother.
Was he in the car at all?
No. In a panic, Dave sped home to tell his mother what happened. Louise Pickton returned with her son to the spot where Barrett was lying, injured but still alive. According to the Toronto Star, Louise bent over to inspect him, then pushed him into a deep slough running along the side of the road.
What?
Yeah. What a good mother.
What is wrong with her?
Literally. What is wrong with you?
Not setting good examples for your kids.
No. And I can see why he has some mental scars.
Yeah, like, oh my God.
Yeah, he needs some help too.
Oh yeah.
The next day, Tim Barrett was found dead. An autopsy revealed that the 8th grader had drowned, and that while his injuries from the collision were severe, they would not have killed him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So if they would have just left him lying there, somebody could have came and helped him and he would still be alive. But no, because you're a piece of crap person, you decide to push him in. Oh my God.
Literally, what possessed you to be that terrible of a person?
Why not help him?
Literally. Louise was a very influential person in Robert's life, which could very well be what drove him to kill.
Yeah, we could see that.
Yeah. Robert Pickton's murderous streak began in the early 1990s while he was working on a farm outside of Vancouver, British Columbia. Bill Hiscock, a worker on the farm, would later say the property was creepy, to say the least. For one thing, rather than a guard dog, a large boar patrolled the farm and would often bite or chase trespassers.
I just want to know, like, what's his thing with pigs?
I don't know.
Like, he used to hide in them, and now he has a guard pig. Or
guard
boar.
Pig! It's so funny to just say that.
Isn't
guard
a boar a pig?
Yeah.
I was going to say.
It's like a... Isn't it a pig? It's like a big pig. with them things on it.
Horns or
them
something?
things like... Yeah, whatever they're called.
They're a type of pig, though, right?
Yeah. Pig family, I'm guessing.
What's his... Like, what is...
Now I gotta look up what a boar is.
I know what it looks like because
I know, me too.
I see them in, like, the one video game I play. And I know it's a boar, but, like, I'm not crazy, right?
Yeah, see, they have them little thing on.
Yeah, and they're a type of pig, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The largest wild pig.
Oh, largest wild pig.
Yeah.
Okay. You weren't kidding whenever you said it was a big pig.
Yeah. A guard pig.
I mean, I guess if you want a guard pig, you might as well pick a boar.
That's the pig. That's the pig if you want a guard pig.
So many times in the last, like, 2 minutes.
Take a shot every time we say pig. New drinking game. We'd be sloshed in 5 minutes.
We should have, like, a drinking game where we, like, anytime somebody will drink, anytime we say good police work.
Yeah, good police work.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Talking is hard.
I feel like they'd be drunk by the end of an episode.
We're gonna have to start bringing a bottle of wine. We're gonna have to start getting a bottle of wine every time.
You know what I gotta do? I gotta do that when I'm editing. When I'm editing, anytime I hear this. But then I might not get edited right because I might be drunk by then. Oh gosh, God. Okay. I'm really in a silly, goofy mood today.
See what happens when we start talking about the guard pig. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Can we get it together?
We'll see if we can rehinge.
Don't think we can. Okay. I'm crying. Okay. We're good. I'm good.
Let's rehinge.
I can't.
For another, although it was on the outskirts of Vancouver, it appeared extremely remote. Robert owned and operated the farm with his brother David, though they eventually began to forego farming to sell some of their property. This move would not only make them millionaires, but it would also allow them to enter a different industry. In 1996, the Picktons began a non-profit charity, the Piggy Palace Good Time Society.
I'm sorry.
Under the vague aim to organize, coordinate, manage, and operate special events, functions, dances, shows, and exhibitions on behalf of service organizations, sports organizations, and other worthy groups. That's a quote.
Oh, okay.
These, quote, charity events were in fact raves. that the brothers held in their farm slaughterhouse, which they'd converted into a warehouse-style space.
What?
Yeah. Like, oh, this is where a bunch of pigs were killed. Let's have a rave here. Okay.
Oh my god.
Listen, those pigs are gonna haunt you all.
Oh.
Their parties were well known among the locals and often drew crowds of up to 2,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Among them, bikers and local sex workers. In March of 1997, Robert was charged with the attempted murder of one of the sex workers, Wendy Lynn Eistetter. During an altercation at the farm, Pickton had handcuffed one of Eistetter's hands and stabbed her repeatedly with a knife.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with you?
Why?
Literally, what in the psychopath is happening?
Oof, wow.
She managed to escape and report him, and Pickton was arrested for attempted murder. The charge was later dismissed, but it opened farm worker Bill Hiscock's eyes to a larger problem occurring on the farm. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there is a larger problem going on the farm. What is wrong with him?
Why was it dismissed? Like, that's crazy.
I know. Good police work.
Ow.
You're gonna need a shirt that says "Good police work" with clapping hands on
I
the
was
back.
already thinking about that, to be honest. It's because I have like so many ideas. I just have to buy the shirts now.
Yes. Okay, what is wrong with them?
Everything.
The justice system is messed up 90% of the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. And annoying.
I know. In the next 3 years after Pickton's run-in with the law, Hiscock noted that women who visited the farm tended to go missing. Eventually, he reported this to the police, but it wasn't until 2002 that Canadian authorities finally searched the farm. In February 2002, Canadian police raided Robert Pickton's property on a warrant. At the time, they were looking for illegal firearms. Instead, they found items belonging to multiple missing women. The thorough search of the farm revealed remains and DNA evidence of at least 33 women.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Originally, Robert Pickton was arrested on 2 murder charges. Soon, though, 3 more murder charges were added. Then another. Eventually, by 2005, 26 murder charges had been brought against Robert, making him one of the most prolific serial killers in Canadian history. During the investigation, police uncovered how gruesome these murders were. Through police reports and a taped confession from Robert, police concluded that the woman had been killed in multiple ways. Some of them had been handcuffed and stabbed. Others had been injected with antifreeze.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with him?
That is so messed up.
I know. And terrifying.
Yeah.
Literally like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like when I first heard about this, I was like, huh? And I didn't know how many details like went into this too. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
So crazy. After they were dead, Robert would either take their bodies to a meat rendering plant nearby or grind them up and feed them to the pigs that lived on his farm. Which is why he's known as the pig farmer.
Yeah, because he has an obsession with pigs.
Yeah. Robert Pickton's 6 confirmed victims were Andrea Josberg, age 23, Serena Abbotsway, age 29, Marnie Lee Frey, age 24, Georgina Faith Papin, age 34, Mona Lee Wilson, age 26, and Brenda Ann Wolf, age 32. We're all so young. That's so sad.
Yeah.
Literally, none of them were even got to 35.
That's awful.
Though he was charged with 26 murders, and despite evidence that he had killed more, Robert Pickton was only convicted of 6 counts of second-degree murder because those cases were the most concrete. The charges had been broken up during the trial to make them easier for the jury members to sift through. The judge sentenced Robert Pickton to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 25 years, which is the maximum sentence for a second-degree murder charge in Canada. Any other charges against him were discontinued as the courts decided that there was no way any of them could add to his sentence as he was already serving the maximum. To this day, it is unknown how many women fell victim to Robert's gruesome killing spree, but prosecutors say that he told an undercover officer in his jail cell that he had killed 49 and was disappointed that he couldn't make it an even 50. Quote. Wow.
Psychopath.
And the fact that he literally admitted to killing that many people.
It was
and
just
he couldn't
like,
even get charged with them.
It was just like
makes me sick.
Pedro Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I didn't kill only whatever.
I killed this
I
many.
killed at least 100."
Yeah. Like,
you gotta be like a certain type of psychopath.
Literally.
To do that.
At age 74, on May 31st, 2024.
I know. I was gonna say it was recent.
Yeah. Robert Pickton was stabbed in his cell by another inmate and succumbed to his injuries.
Good.
Bye. And then, yeah, I'd put some stuff here about the victims because they were all beautiful and it's so sad.
Yeah.
And they're more important, way more important than this piece of crap. So,
yeah.
I
agree.
Andrea Gooseberry grew up around alcoholism, physical abuse, and mental illness. So when a boyfriend persuaded 16-year-old Andrea to move away with him, it seemed like the perfect escape. It wasn't. Her boyfriend was a drug dealer who wound up getting her addicted to the products he sold, and when she ended up on the streets and started sex work to support her new habit. She worked for a series of pimps who violently abused her. But her family remembers her as a loving daughter with a big smile and a person who was a wonderful big sister to her siblings. She had a daughter of her own, and she was last seen in June 2021 at age
2021?
23.
You mean 2000?
2001, yeah. Yeah, I read that. Whoops. June 2001 at age 23. Yeah. Thanks for catching that, because I didn't.
That's so sad, because, like, she just had nothing but, like, awful things happen.
It's so
back
sad.
to back, back to back.
Most of these girls did. It's so sad.
Like, ugh, so bad.
I know. Serena Abbotsway never really had much of a chance at life, yet her friends said she made the best of it. She was born with a fetal alcohol syndrome in a bad area of town. Both her biological parents died when she was young, with her father succumbing to a drug habit. But her life seemed to turn around when she was taken in by foster parents Bert and Anna Dreyers. They did their best with the difficult youngster, and she stayed with them from age 4 until she was 17. But she was prone to violence, and when her adopted parents couldn't control her anymore, they were forced to place her in a group home. It was there the impressionable teen was introduced to drugs and a lifestyle that would eventually end in her working the streets. Despite her life as a prostitute, Serena was also an activist for the women she worked with, and when her colleagues began disappearing from the streets of Vancouver in the 80s and 90s, she often spoke up at rallies and demanded action. But she joined the growing list in August 2001 at the age 29, and her remains were later dug up and identified on the Pickton farm. Talking is hard.
Talking is really hard.
So sad.
That is very sad.
And the fact that she was like literally
going to rallies.
I know,
and trying to
for these people that he killed. That's literally the worst. Like one of the it's just crazy to me.
And that's probably why he chose her too.
Yeah.
Is because like, oh, you're doing this, and you know I'm a terrible person, so I'm gonna do this to you. Sorry, my alarm was going.
No, it's okay.
For me to take my medicine.
Marnie Lee Frey was originally reported missing in Campbell River, but in fact disappeared in Vancouver. She was a known drug addict and sex worker in the downtown Eastside area. She was last seen in August 1997. She seemed to have it all, a loving home and a family that supported her. She even attended a Christian school, but when Marnie Frey had a daughter at age 18, her life changed. She was lured into the world of drugs through a local gang and finally wound up on the streets of Vancouver selling her body to maintain her habit. But despite the altercation, she always phoned home, sometimes up to 8 times a day, to find out how her little girl was doing.
Aww.
Her last call came on September 4th, 1999. From then on, there was only silence, which makes me so sad, because, like,
Yeah.
they called her and she just didn't answer. Makes me so sad.
Makes me wonder if they knew something happened.
Emily?
Mm-hmm. Just wondering.
Yeah.
Like, just like a rhetorical question. It wasn't like an actual question. It was just a thought that I had.
She was 24, which is literally a year older than me, which is
a year
less than.
It's a year younger than me. A little bit more than a year younger than me.
Both Georgina Faith Papin and her 8 siblings were put into foster care early in life, and she never really knew her family. By the time she was 18, the firstborn Papin had been living with dozens of different people and couldn't put down roots anywhere. She was said to have an on-again, off-again addiction to drugs, but always found time to contact her daughter, who lived with her grandmother. She had 7 children in total, but because of her lifestyle, which included some prison time, she was challenged on their custody in court. She was last seen in March 1999 after telling her daughter she wasn't feeling well and planned to check into a local care facility. So sad.
Yeah.
She was only 34. Mona Lee Wilson was removed from a First Nations reserve in Alberta to find a life that varied from extreme happiness to outright misery. As a young girl, she lived in a treatment center but was taken out after being found badly beaten in a hallway.
Oh.
I know. She was placed with the falter... What? Oh my god, talking is so hard. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Talking is hard.
What is a falter? Falter? Okay. Can we just restart that? She was placed with a foster family from age 8 to 14, and they nurtured her and gave her the only love she would ever know. She was later put into a home with a single mother and her 14-year-old son, and the love that had helped her blossom soon faded. 2 years later, she would be living on her own in Vancouver, turning to heroin to hide her pain and prostitution to finance her lifestyle. She disappeared in November 2001 at the age of 26, even as she was trying to kick the habit and turn her life around.
Oh, that always happens.
I know.
It's always whenever they're...
Literally. It makes me so sad. And this is the last one that is confirmed, but let me just show you real fast list of people that they think he killed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that doesn't even cover a quarter of it.
No.
Not a lot is known about how Brenda Ann Wolfe got from Lethbridge, Alberta, to the streets of Vancouver's Eastside. She was briefly addicted to drugs, but seemed to have turned her life around, working as a waitress and a bouncer in a local eatery. Her friends say she was never a prostitute, and in fact worked to defend them if they were attacked in what's being called a street enforcer role. It was because of that identity that so many people were surprised to see her named as one of Robert Pickton's alleged victims. She disappeared in February 1999 at age 32. So yeah. I just want to count and see how many people are on here.
Yeah.
54 people are on here that he's suspected of killing. And I mean, even if he did only kill 49, that is still literally awful.
It's a crazy amount.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of believe that he was so upset that he didn't get to 50 that he didn't kill all 54.
I know. Yeah.
Because why would you say a comment
Those are
like
all
that?
people who went missing, so that it was like probably just suspected that maybe he could
had
have
something to do with it. But I also know, like, he also, I think I heard this somewhere else. He also like did something else to get rid of the bodies with, like, besides having it fed to pigs and stuff.
Yeah.
I think he like did something else, but I can't remember what it was.
And
I'm like thinking about it. I don't know.
Yeah, the only things I found was one says he would take them to the slaughterhouse and bleed them and gut them.
Oh God,
Really terrifying.
that is awful.
And then he took them to the meat rendering plant.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And he fed them to the. Oh, yeah. Terrible person.
Awful person. I remember whenever like he got stabbed that I saw all over Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
And so many people were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like crazy.
I know.
But he got what he deserved.
He
Like,
did.
Killing people. You don't.
Andrea was so pretty.
Oh, she was. I love her hair.
She was the youngest one.
Yeah. She was what, 24? Awful.
Yeah. Crazy. But yeah. To lighten things up, Steve says hi, everybody.
Yeah.
He says thank you for tuning in.
Says thank you for rating us 5 stars.
Yes, 5 stars, 5 stars.
He says thank you for keep listening.
Yes. He says thank you for sending us to your family and friends.
Wow.
Huh. Apparently there was a Criminal Minds episode inspired by this case.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If anyone wants to watch it, it's called To Hell, Season 4, Episode 25. I might have to watch that.
I'm probably going to watch that. After I'm done with Dexter, I'm probably going to get back into Criminal Minds.
I love that show. I haven't watched it in forever. I want to restart and watch like everything. It's going to take so long. I did,
but then I got busy. And then my ADHD was like, you can't focus on this, so you're going to watch this instead.
No, literally, it happens to me all the time. And then I can never finish something. I'm like, come on.
Now I'm like, ugh, like, I don't know. I can't keep focus on something for long enough.
Same.
Unless it's like supernatural, and then I can. Yeah. But, well.
All we have for you today.
Yeah, it's just a lot to settle in there. I don't know how to like
transition.
Yes, I couldn't think of the word because my brain is literally not working. It stopped working. It was just like, nope, I'm done. Yeah. I think it pieced out yesterday.
Just don't be a bad person.
Yeah, don't be like this guy.
No.
Don't be like any of the people we talk about.
No.
And what you should do, what you should be like, is you should rate us 5 stars on all of our listening platforms.
And you should send us to your family and friends and tell them to follow our social medias.
Yeah. So our social medias are TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Dreadfully Twisted Podcast. If you want to refer us to your family and friends and let them know they can listen on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora Radio, Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, Podcast Index, and YouTube. I don't think I forgot any, but if I did, you can
anywhere you can find your podcast.
Pretty much, yeah. Anywhere. And then you can also tell them to download the episodes on Spotify.
Yes.
And rate us 5 stars. 5 stars, 5 stars.
He thanks you, and so do we.
Yes, because it really helps us stay relevant. It really helps the podcast get out there. If you keep sharing it, it will help us grow and be able to bring you some more cases that you would like to hear and paranormal stuff you would like us to talk about. And if my house ever becomes haunted again, I'll let you know. And yeah, so you can go to there. And we will also ask you to please send us your stories, whether they're true crime or paranormal.
Yes.
You can send those to us at our email at dreadfullytwistedpodcast@gmail.com, or you can comment on our Reddit page, r/dreadfullytwistedpod. And you can also DM us or comment on our social medias too. So we would really appreciate if you share us your stories, because we would love to hear from you. And if you have any suggestions on what you would like us to cover as well. Please and thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
We love you.
We love you. And be a good person.
Check on your friends.
Stay positive.
Don't be a bad person.
It takes nothing to be kind. And
just smile at somebody.
Yeah, you never know. It might change their day.
Exactly.
And we will see you guys next week.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.